All right, folks, the XRP Endgame is being revealed. In this video, I'm going to break down how Ripple is the strategic partner and XRP is the strategic reserve asset to save the day for the US dollar and the United States government that is trying to maneuver this reset, restructure, and revaluation before us. Now, as I record this update, the markets are contracting, prices going down, XRP fundamentals are growing, XRP adoption expanding. But folks only want to look at the price charts, only want to look at that red candle, and they obsess over today's price and discount and dismiss the fundamental value, which leads to future price appreciation. Most won't make it, and when we do get there, most won't believe it. This is an incredible moment, and in this video, I'm going to explain once again, Ripple, the strategic partner, XRP, the strategic reserve asset. Without further ado, let's take a look at it. This is Bitcoin back below 64,000 to 63,300 as I record this. Quick wick off of the 62.3 level. We are down 11% from the Trump pump into the Bitcoin conference and the rally that followed. We are down 11% after that, exactly like we warned about. By the time Trump takes the stage, expect it to drop off. That's exactly what happened. We did get a little bit of a pump 24 hours after, final rally to 70,000, and then they liquidate us down here. And massive liquidation in the cryptocurrency space and the broader stock market. Now, XRP, this is interesting because XRP has gone back down to a level here at 58 cents, but this is a level that's still within the bullish range that we've been trading in, right? We still are in a bullish formation for XRP, despite this big red candle down, 6%. We've actually jumped up 70% here this last month, and we get a little red candle down, 7-8%. Everybody freaks out. Everybody dismisses the asset, thinks, so, okay, this is it. XRP is not going anywhere. Even though there's great news coming out today, folks expect it to impact price right away, and that's a mistake, right? Just because something's being announced today doesn't mean you're seeing activity on the ledger. It doesn't mean that you're going to see any sort of volume or trading today. It means that it's starting. Now, often you will see pumps based off the news. Once again, buy the rumor, sell the news. That's exactly what we talked about with the Bitcoin conference. That's exactly what came through. So a little bit of a pullback for XRP is actually, although not what we want to see, we're still within that bullish formation. So hang on tight there. Now into the markets here, folks. This is Market Watch front page. Dow down 700 points, on track for the worst day since early 2023. Not looking good. Echoes of the dot-com bubble haunt the U.S. stocks in 2024. Why investors shouldn't worry too much about it. Don't worry, guys. No, have no fear. Moving on over to Bloomberg, here's what they have to say here. Stocks sink in run up to jobs data and bonds rally, markets wrap. U.S. manufacturing activity contracts by the most in 8 months. So the manufacturing data came out today, not looking good, confirming that the United States is heading towards recession. Unemployment rate close to triggering popular downturn signal. And this is what's hilarious. The stocks got hit as bonds rallied after weak economic data spurred concern the Federal Reserve is waiting too long to start cutting rates. Now, what's so funny about that is the markets have assumed, and this is the consensus, that we're for sure getting a rate cut in September. Well, what happens if we don't get that rate cut in September and we're already falling off? Our stock market's already correcting off of, the thought here that we've been waiting too long to cut, the Fed has at least. And what if we don't get that cut in September? Well, then what, right? And then what happens when we finally do get the cuts? As we've seen historically, the markets just sell off even further. Now, as I've been saying, the markets have been trying to price in the Fed rate cut, but they haven't been pricing in World War III. And guys, I don't mean to make this any sort of laughing or joking matter. It's absolutely not. I'm just saying that the markets are playing around as if everything's okay. The rockets and the missiles are being fired. A barrage of rockets launched from Lebanon towards northern Israel. So we are seeing a response right now. This is something that we're going to have to watch closely here because we're seeing that there's going to be a coordinated response potentially from Syria, Lebanon, and a few other countries in the region towards Israel potentially. And so this is why we're still praying. We're still hoping that we achieve some peace here, but it's picking up for now. Moving on into the cryptocurrency update, take a look at this one, guys, from Market Watch. This obscure crypto super PAC has raised more money for the 2024 elections than any other, including Mega Inc. This is on the front page of Market Watch this morning, and I wanted to share this one with you guys. So we've seen Fair Shake in the news, and we've covered this one, right? Because Ripple has already donated $45 million. And if I scroll on down here, you can find it right here. Coinbase, which didn't respond to a Market Watch request for comment, has provided the most funding to Fair Shake, contributing $45.5 million, though other donors are close behind, including Ripple Labs, and they mention XRP down 6.87% right now, has given $45 million, and two other crypto-focused founders of venture capital firm Andreessen Horowitz, Mark Andreessen and Ben Horowitz, have given a total of $44 million, according to the FEC. Other top donors to Fair Shake are Jump Crypto with $15 million, and the Winklevoss twins, Cameron and Tyler, with $5 million. Now, the reason why I'm sharing this is because this is hitting mainstream news. As I've been saying about John Deaton, his race is going to be hitting mainstream news and covered across the nation. And this all comes back to Ripple now setting the tone, setting the precedent, leading the policy decisions and conversations in DC. This is why I'm saying this is the XRP endgame starting to come to fruition. Part of it is Ripple being a strategic partner to the US government. Part of it is Brad Garlinghouse being called to these roundtables where they are leading policy conversations. The politicians are saying, hey, we got this crypto thing wrong. How do we get it right? So in this regard, when we continue to see Ripple invited to the table, Ripple set to launch their stablecoin, this is why Ripple is the strategic partner. And I'm about to show you next here why XRP is the strategic asset, as now we're starting to see treasury bills tokenized on the XRP ledger. So here it is right from Ripple X. News alert, tokenization platform Open Eden Labs is bringing tokenized US treasury bills, T-bills, to the XRP ledger. What's more, Ripple is creating a fund to invest in tokenized T-bills and will allocate $10 million to Open Eden's T-bill tokens as part of it. Now, elaborating, how big is this market? Well, someone asked them, is this $1 trillion promise? Well, they responded. I'm really liking the response. They are being really active on Twitter right now. I'm going to make sure I give them a follow, Open Eden Labs here. I love the responses that we're getting. Only a trillion with a laughing face emoji? Okay, we're having some fun now. According to Real World Asset XYZ, the total value of tokenized U.S. Treasury securities is already estimated to be at $1.92 billion at present. Given a 30-day compounded growth rate of 16% and about 5 months left to go until the end of the year, we can expect nearly $4 billion in total value lockup for tokenized U.S. Treasury bills alone by the end of 2024. But let's zoom out a little. Even as far back as 2016, the euro-dollar market size was estimated at around $13.8 trillion. As of December 2023, there was $26.2 trillion of U.S. Treasury securities outstanding, of which foreign holdings accounted for approximately $8.1 trillion, roughly 30%. Now pause. Remember, these foreign holdings are being dumped. This is why you need strategic partners like Circle and Ripple, and why the U.S. government is allowing Tether to continue with their scheme, because Tether now has 90 billion of treasuries. They need buyers. They need someone to come save the day and buy this bag from the foreign countries and foreign investment funds that are dumping our treasuries at the fastest pace since the great financial crisis. So now back to this. Even if we hit $8 billion in total value lockup by the end of this year, double the best case scenario, we will have collectively only touched 0.1% of the total addressable market. That's what I'm talking about. And as I've always said, the $1 trillion problems are the ones that turn me on. The $1 trillion use cases are what gets us going. However you want to slice and dice these projections, we have an awfully long way to go as an industry. $1 trillion doesn't even come close. You're talking 30, 40 trillion of treasuries just between euro treasuries, euro dollar market, and the US dollar. You're already up there at about 40 trillion. Incredible. Now, also responding to someone else saying, that this is just an IOU, essentially. And they respond here very well. To everyone saying tokenized real-world assets are just IOUs, good luck waiting for the day the U.S. Department of Treasury accepts your USDC via a smart contract vault. Your T-bills, your dollars, are an IOU of the U.S. Treasury. Our whole financial system is an IOU. When you go to buy paper gold, when you go to buy a stock, when you go to buy any of these financial instruments, they're all essentially IOUs, right? Now, the main question that we have to ask is, who is your counterparty? I've been suggesting that I'm good on US Treasuries because I don't want to do a deal with the devil. Your counterparty with the US Treasury is the US government that is broke bust to the tune of 35 trillion for the national debt and over 100 trillion of unfunded liabilities. Sounds like somebody I don't want to do business with. I digress. I could go on for hours about the history of debt versus commodity money. Marx, Graeber, and many others have written entire books about this. Your stock brokerages, your bank accounts, your physical cash, it's all IOUs all the way down. Always has been. Welcome to finance. And they give us the astronaut meme. Wait, it's all just IOUs? Always has been. And that's what's happening right now as we see that the XRP ledger is set to get trillions tokenized on this blockchain. Now, is XRP ledger going to get all the money? No. Is it prepared to handle all the money? Is it prepared to handle a lot of money, a lot of value tokenized, a lot of liquidity flowing? Yes, absolutely. And this is why I say that Ripple is the strategic partner, XRP is the strategic asset, and the combination of the stablecoin that Ripple's bringing to the XRP ledger, along with tokenized T-bills, along with the dozens upon dozens of other assets that are going to be tokenized on this chain, this is starting to reveal the endgame for XRP, where it's going to be one of the best sources of liquidity in the world. And there's going to be a strategic partnership between the US government and Ripple. Now, will the Treasury create a strategic reserve fund for XRP like many are suggesting we should do for Bitcoin? We don't know. I think it's a great move. I've put out my video a couple days ago talking about how I think that XRP is a better strategic reserve asset to add to our balance sheet than Bitcoin. Many people disagree with that. That's fine. Let's have the conversation. This is the step in the right direction that I've been talking about. Let's have the conversation. The amount of Bitcoin that we have is about 1% of the total supply. If we want to hodl it, that's fine. That's cool. We got it. That's fine. The conversation now moves to what else should we have as a strategic reserve? And I think the XRP is perfectly slated to be added. The partnership between Ripple also gives the US government a strategic advantage because they can get a deal done with Ripple to acquire another, good percentage of the total XRP supply. So the US government could come in, they already have 1% of the Bitcoin supply. Well, what's stopping them from buying 5 billion XRP, 10 billion XRP? And then they would literally have 5 or 10% of the total XRP supply, an asset that they can hold on their balance sheet as a reserve, while also getting the additional utility that comes with that versus Bitcoin where there's no additional utility. You're just praying and hoping that it does end up playing out as digital gold. It's a good hope, it's a good prayer, but for where I come from, hope and prayer isn't a strategy. We still have hope, we still pray, but at the end of the day, you got to rely on something else to actually get it done. And this is real value being put on the XRP ledger. One last warning, when all of this comes about, you need to understand who the issuer is. Just because somebody shows up and says, hey, I'm tokenizing gold on the XRP ledger, doesn't mean we should trust them. Understand who the issuer is, understand your counterparty risk, but we zoom out and we get a little bit of perspective. We've barely put our toes in the pond. We've barely stepped into the water of the ocean of liquidity that's set to get tokenized, the amount of value that's set to get locked up on blockchains. It's going to be massive. It's tens of trillions and hundreds of trillions eventually. We might even achieve over quadrillions of value tokenized and moving on chain eventually. Does this happen tomorrow? No. Is the XRP lawsuit going to end tomorrow? Maybe. That's what gets exciting about this XRP story. The fundamentals are so great for the next 5 to 10 plus years. This thing's not going anywhere. When's the dang sucker going to move? Well, you take a guess, you do a decode, you solve a riddle, and maybe you'll have a better idea than me. But for now, we wait, we sit back, and we accumulate while we get XRP on sale. If you appreciate the updates, please make sure you like this video, share it out far and wide, and everything is at ZachRector.com. It means the world to me when you help us, when you support us. Community resources available there for you. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me there at ZachRector.com. You guys have a good one. I'll see you in the next one. God bless. I am your host, Zach Rector. I really appreciate all of the love and support. If you want to support the channel, just remember that you can start by smashing that thumbs up for me, sharing this content far and wide, and everything else is at my website.